Good evening, North America. Welcome back to what could potentially be the final match here of 5USC 2026. Matches, plural, potentially, between your two teams that have made it into the grand finals here in the minor league. It's been a couple of weeks since the previous grand finals that we saw for the major league, and now it is going to come to a conclusion here in the minor league. Whether it be North California B on the winner's side of the bracket to close this one out, or South California B, I know it says South California at the top, but it says the B team, of course, to be able to potentially go to bracket reset and maybe get that victory off the reset. But either way, they've got some work cut out for them if they do want to be able to get this victory here. This is do or die, and yeah, this should be exciting. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to keep things a little entertaining for you guys. My name's Liliana, it's Pigeon, Lily, whatever. And I'll be your solo commentator here for this lovely 12:30 a.m. on a Thursday evening match. And yeah, if this does go to bracket reset, then the match will be the bracket reset match itself will happen immediately after. So whether or not North California wins or loses here, we will know the conclusion of this minor league, excuse me, tonight. It looks like we are finally getting through a couple of the bands here now. It's going to be DT3 band from South California into the double easy band from North California. And so they are going to be opting to get rid of some heavy reading. Of course, there are some pretty good reading players on SoCal B. Let me go ahead and pull up all of the players for both these teams. So for SoCal B, you've got Mizore, Shorkbillathon, Jake Man, Boombox, Ocean Boy, and Latte. And then on the other side for NorCal B, you've got Banana Man, Katie Rena, Bless KM, King Baxter, Quachi, and Kotonashi. Those are your lineups. And yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with any of these players at all, you'll realize that NorCal B is much more mechanics forward, and SoCal B is much more gimmick forward. And so that is why we are seeing a double easy ban from them. And we are going to be seeing next two bands from South California. It's going to be that Nomad 2 and the Nomad 5, again, targeting mechanics here on this team. Nomad 2, of course, being a Kardashev song, 200 BPM flow. That Nomad 5 being 230 BPM, mech tech, tapping. And the DT3, of course, also being some tapping. It's 270 BPM. On that one. So really trying to get rid of all of the tapping that they can. Granted, there are quite a few more maps that are higher BPM that do require heavy tapping elements, and it's going to be the Hidden 2 ban for the final ban from NorCal B. So no easy maps whatsoever, with Easy 1, Easy 2. Of course, those are self-explanatory. They're both reading maps. They're easy. Or with the easy mod, excuse me. And then that Hidden 2 is going to be the low AR hidden map. So still just choosing to nuke reading, which all things considered, NorCal B choosing to nuke reading only leaves open the free mod 2 for conventional low AR reading, and the Nomad 6. But the thing about the Nomad 6 is it's also CS9, so the AR8 doesn't really necessarily come into play there. But for the other side, South California, banning out 3 of the mechanics picks. Well, there's still going to be that free mod 3. There's still all of the other double times, the DT2, DT1, both of those feature quite a bit of mechanics. You've got the Hard Rock 1, which is coming in at 230 BPM, still mechanics. And yeah, I mean, like there's a lot more to choose from for mechanics than there is for gimmick here. However, we are going to be seeing that Force Mod to come through here as the first pick from South California. Just going to be ripping the band-aid off with the final remaining low AR pick of the pool that is available to them. So this one is going to be that AR 7.7, CS 5.8. So a little bit of extra stats there on the anti-mod. Custom easy multiplier for this one is also 0.6x multiplier, just because the map is actually like just really chill with easy. And so anything above 0.6 would kind of be like a slap in the face to easy players. Like they would just have no reason to not go easy. But also with it being Force Mod, we need to see mods from these players. And so we are going to have to see different combinations here as well. We've got all the players in the lobby actually pretty quickly. Hopefully we can get this going very shortly, as I'm tired. I've taken my sleep meds, so I'm really trying to have as much energy as I can. But if I do come off as being like not super awake, that is just because, well, I am just super not awake. But here we go. Map number 1 of the grand finals here in the minor league. I don't know why it says major league as well. It's chill, guys. We are chilling. This is minor league. NorCal B on the winners bracket. SoCal B on the losers bracket. And we've got Katie Rena, I Suck at HD on the HD. Bless on that Hard Rock. Kotonashi, I imagine, also on the hidden. Yep, there we see that. And it's going to be hidden on Boombox, hidden on, that's a rename. I am Fuku Kitaru, and a Hard Rock on Short Billathon. I'm going to need to see who that rename is. Actually, can somebody just tell me in the chat? I would very much appreciate that. Ocean Boy, bang. So those are your mod combinations, and already underway with this map. It is going to be a little bit extra on those stats. For an anti-mod, AR 7.7, CS 5.8, we're already seeing multiple misses across the board. In fact, nobody with a full combo remaining out of this very early intersection. We aren't even through a quarter of the way through the map just yet, but it is just barely in favor of South California. They've got a little bit better recoveries across all three of their players. You've got Bless and Kotonashi dropping their combos pretty early on. And Katie Rena did drop her combo as well very early, but has managed to recover quite decently here. We do see a break coming through and another one as well on that Hard Rock from Short Billathon, but it's going to be traded out shortly after by both Kotonashi and Katie Rena, both of the hidden players here. So now just Bless with any major combo on the side of NorCal, and there goes Bless, unfortunately, as I say that. And so now these two big combos for South California B are going to continue to bring that score over the way for their team here on the first pick. Granted, there's still half the map remaining, but we're already 155,000 points in their favor, and it's going to continue to skyrocket as more misses come through, not just on the side of North California, but also Short Billathon still struggling to hold on to the combo, but that's to be expected on the Hard Rock player. You're not really expecting them to pull through with some miracle combo, so right now it is just the battle of the hiddens, and the two hiddens on the side of SoCal are performing exceptionally better here. Of course, this being the anti-mod pick. So, and the last real traditional reading map left available in the pool, we do see Boombox dropping their combo finally on that recovery, but still, Ocean Boy holds on and has quite a sizable advantage over the next highest combo on the other side, and Katie Rena, Kotonashi going to be dropping their recovery as well, and Bless and Short are just trading out back and forth. So right now it is those big combos, and down goes Ocean Boy, but the map is coming to a close. Katie Rena does have some fantastic recovery here, but just not enough in order to be able to bring the score back for her team, and so the damage has been done. South California B will be starting things off with their first pick into a first point. Map coming to a close here. We see the combo hold at the end. Yep, we do hit the linear pattern at the end here from Katerina. Fantastic recovery combo, but unfortunately just not enough backing score there. It was decent scores from both the Hard Rock players. Actually, pretty impressive accuracies from both. I do think that this map is not super favorable on Hard Rock. But it really just came down between the two scores from Boombox and Kotanashi. Boombox just having a better time at it, a lot less misses, better accuracy as well. And so that 130,000 point deficit, as well as the 50,000 point difference between Ocean Boy and Katerina, is going to net the first point on the board here for SoCal on their own pick. Now we do get to see where North California B wants to open up with their first pick as well, because unlike SoCal B, who does want to pick fully into Gimmick, as they just did, NorCal has a lot more options here for all of the different mechanics maps that are left available. They were able to ban out the other 3 major low AR Gimmick picks in this map pool, and so now when we do get back around to South California's next pick, we are going to need to see them go a different direction, whether that be in tech, if they want to go for Gimmick, if they want to go for high CS precision. I don't think you want to do that this early on, but, you know, whatever. They are forced to go a different route. Now for NorCal B, they do have stuff like the DT2, they've got the DT1 if they want to do so. They can jump into the Hard Rocks as well, all of the Hard Rocks available to them. And we're just going to see them go into the Nomad 1 here. A little bit of consistency on this one is going to be about 4 minutes in length here on Andromeda. Only 195 BPM, but just very jump aim consistency based. Lots of bursts, lots of aim. And so yeah, this is actually not the worst pick, I feel like, as a first pick goes. Normally you do think of like, oh, you don't pick the Nomad 1 until you've ran out of picks, because like it's always going to be a toss-up, but no, I feel like, yeah, these teams are very straightforward in what they want to do. NorCal wants to pick all of the skill cap maps. SoCal wants to pick all of the gimmick maps, and that's kind of been their MO throughout the entire tournament. So this Nomad 1 is higher in the skill cap. It's 7.25 stars, and it's just straight up consistency. And when you've got players like Katerina on your team, you've got players like Banana Man as well for North California, you do just want to let them have that high skill cap comfortability and kind of push all the hard maps, go down that route, and we'll see how it goes for them as a first pick. All things considered, we do need to see a third player come in for North California. Currently, it's actually going to be Quetchy coming in. So this is going to be your roster here. I was predicting some Banana Man to come into the lobby, but not necessarily for this one. NorCal B going to be rocking Katerina, Kotanashi, and Quetchy. On the other side, you've got Jake Man coming in. That's NeoBlazer22, Short Billathon, and Boombox. It's going to be your roster. So just a couple of switch-ins for both sides here as we get into the Nomad 1. This is NorCal B's first pick. Starts off a little chill here in the intro, but it does pick up in intensity pretty quickly there. We do see a double break on those initial jump patterns from both Jake Man and Short Billathon. The misses are so early that it's not going to make that big of a difference. They do have plenty of time to make recovery here, and the score is really not going to get out of control just off those early breaks. So far, though, pretty solid work from all of the players. Just those few early misses across the two players on the side of South California. So it's going to continue to stay on the side of NorCal until potentially the next PI section coming up here, where the spacing does pick back up. The mechanics do kick in a little bit more, and there's a couple more misses coming through. It's going to be Jake Man once more to drop, but it's traded out by Quetchy. Jake Man will be dropping again shortly after, but there's another combo down. This time it's on the side of NorCal, and it's going to be Kotonashi not able to hold on to their combo. So now, just like this, it's still 2FCs from Katie Rena and Boombox, but there's better recovery on Short Billathon as they do hit that KI section. So now that score is going to start shifting back the way of South California as they have combo advantage. Granted, a little bit worse accuracy across all three players, so it is going to move slowly, especially considering there's still 2/3 of the map remaining, but I'm going to need to see those recoveries kick in for Kotonashi and Clutchy here. Here's a couple of burst patterns, big linear bursts, and Katie Rena, Jake Man both going to be dropping their combo. That was the last major combo for NorCal. There goes Short Billathon, oh my goodness, and Clutchy gonna be trading out with each other, and now Boombox on the lone FC in the lobby is going to have to do it on their own right now. Kotonashi's on good recovery, but unfortunately will end up dropping that recovery, and so now, completely uncontested is Kyle Boombox at the bottom right of your screen. Needs to continue to hold though, 80,000 points and continuing to climb. That's not that big of a score gap just yet, so has to continue to hold through these big jump sections. Big 1-2s here, hits the cross screens and does hold through that section. And so now it is only a quarter of the map remaining. They see the score line. They see it's 142,000 points in their favor. However, they cannot let go of this score. I do believe there's still time, although the recoveries actually are not that quite good right now for North California. So even if Boombox does miss, it could still just already be secured by this point. Going into the final KI, though, it's going to be Clutchy first to fall. And trades out with Jake Man, but still Boombox holds. Down goes Sean. Finally going to be missing is Boombox on this first pick from North California B, and what looked to seem like a really great pick on paper actually turned out to be a little bit of a disaster off of the heroics from Boombox. And so that is going to be a very, very early breakpoint here. I've been kind of touting about how North California B is just the mechanics team and South California is just the gimmick team. And, you know, when you think of somebody like Kyle Boombox, you don't necessarily think of them for their mechanics, but they can get it done when they need to most. And I mean, my goodness, they really did need to do that in order to secure the point there. Had they matched, say, like Kotonashi's score, potentially, or Clutchy's score, NorCal B probably would have just had the point based off of accuracy alone, but no, the lone combo from Boombox able to get it done for South California, and so now we've thrown a wrench into things here for South California. Again, though, we are going to need to see them go a different direction. They can't pick into that low AR gimmick. They will have to find another pick to try to consolidate on that breakpoint that has been given to them, but so far, all things considered, they're doing phenomenal here. Still very early goings, and oh my god, I just remembered this is best of 15. Yeah. Alright. I did agree to do this. Anyways, a long way to go. Early breakpoint for South California doesn't necessarily mean the end of the world for North California. There are plenty of picks remaining for them to be able to get that recovery. But right now, South California, they have a pretty important decision to make. They need to figure out exactly where they want to go in order to consolidate on this point, this break point. Being able to consolidate on a break point in a grand finals situation is very, very big. Even like outside of grand finals, but especially in a grand final scenario, because when you are the team that is on the loser side of the bracket, you do kind of need to get to that bracket reset, and being given any form of an advantage at all is very, very big. If they are able to consolidate here, South California is going to be looking pretty nice. Granted, you know, North California still very, very strong players. Being down a breakpoint and a consolidated breakpoint won't really phase them whatsoever. So we are going to still need to see some major performances here from the players on South California. They are opting to go for this no mod 6 pick here, and this was something that I, had theorized as being a potential second pick from them earlier when we were trying to figure out what North California wanted to go, but I didn't really think that they would necessarily want to go this so early on because, listen, like, yeah, it's AR8, but you got to look at the number below that on your screen. It's CS9 here. This is Gimmick. It's also hyper precision, like super hyper precision Gimmick, and so that makes it very coin flippy, I feel like. Now, how coin flippy? Not sure. But this is the kind of map where you could practice it a lot. You could get really good scores in practice. You could probably have like 400k between your average score and your best score. That's just how the map is going to go. So whether or not you're able to perform here, that's the biggest question as we are seeing GOHFs come out. We are going to get underway here. Can South California get the consolidated breakpoint on this pick on the Nomad 6? That is the question. I feel like it's kind of a Hail Mary, but hey, I was proven very wrong on that Nomad 1 breakpoint, especially off the back of Boombox, who we do see back in the lobby now. But we've got a couple of new faces coming in once more. It's going to be Ocean Boy returning, Kotonashi and Bless returning as well. King Baxter first time in, and Latte going to be first time here for South California. So new faces, and yeah, I gotta whip out my magnifying glass here. Actually, quite literally, I'm putting my glasses on because my eyes are not focused. Did see a couple of breaks come through already from multiple players. It's all 3 players on the side of South California to break. Nobody having any full combo, as we do see 2 full combos still make that one now on the side of North California as Bless ends up dropping theirs. Kotonashi had dropped earlier on, but down goes the final FC in the lobby. But it's just a complete disaster here across the board. It's miss after miss across all the players. Boombox was the only one holding on to combo there, but did end up dropping that at the end of that KI section. And so now it is still in favor of North California B, and this is what I was talking about. This is a very, very volatile pick. You don't really want to be picking something like this so early on, even if it is Gimmick, even if your team is very Gimmick forward. Now, 58,000 points, it's still very comebackable here. We do have good recovery and starting to build up for South California. Kotonashi going to be dropping their combo quite a bit coming into this next section. There's only a third of the map remaining, but down goes Latte on a chain miss, but it's a double break from Bless and King Baxter. And so now the combo advantage is in favor of South California, but not too much. So it's going to be Ocean Boy dropping their combo, and now it's all again on the backs of Kyle. Boombox at the top right of your screen. The only player holding on to substantial combo. Latte on good recovery, but it's a little bit far behind here. 50,000 points in favor of South California now, and it's going to continue to climb. What I thought might potentially have been a blunder, Kyle Boombox at the top right of your screen is going to make it a victory on their own here. That was a massive amount of combo that they were able to hold through before finally ending up dropping once more, and the damage has been done. They have consolidated on the breakpoint given to them off the Nomad 1 pick from North California, and South California now find themselves up 3-0 as the losers contenders here in the grand finals. Now is again the question of where does North California B want to go? The Nomad 2 was banned out against them, the DT3 was banned out, the Nomad 5 was banned out. Those are the most obvious mechanics maps in the pool. But they still have DT2, they still have all the Hard Rocks available. Especially that Hard Rock 1, I think would definitely be favored towards them. Yeah, they lost on the Nomad 1 because of a breakout score from Boombox, but Boombox is not a Hard Rock player and probably would not be in for that map, to my knowledge. So I do think Hard Rock would probably be the best route for North California to go down. There are also the flex mods. I haven't really taken a look at those just yet. It looks like flex mod 2 could also be a pretty good pick for them, as that is a double time forced onto it. But it's going to be that DT1. That was one of the few picks that I had called out earlier. 246 BPM is AR 10.3 as well. OD 9.8. And are going to be trying once again to abuse skill cap here. I do think that this is still going to be the best route for North California to go down. It didn't quite work out for them previously, even with a phenomenal score that Katie Rena was able to put up, just because Boombox was able to do even better. And so now South California, they do have a little bit of work cut out for them. We are going to need to see the double time players come through, the mechanics players come through for them as well. And so will we be seeing North California get their first point on the board? I would have to hope so here, as we do see Banana Man coming in for the first time in the lobby now. Katie Rena, again, going to be returning once more here for the mechanics, and it's going to be Bless as well. This is your double time roster here for North California. On the other side, you've got Sean, Short Built on, Jake Man, and Ocean Boy. Oh, hold on. It's going to be Latte, actually. Last minute switch in here for South California, so not going to be Ocean Boy. As we do see GLHS coming through, we are going to get into map number 4, North California on the winner side of the bracket, but still yet to find a point so far. Will this be their first point, or will we be seeing South California contest it once more here? That is the question. We are going to get into this map now, finally, here on the DT1. Starts off pretty slow. But already a very stark contrast from what we just previously saw on the AR8, the CS9, jumping right into CS4, AR 10.3. It's very jarring. Granted, I don't think were any of these players in for the previous map? I cannot remember. My brain is too foggy, but right now, finally, we do see a first break come through. It's going to be on the side of South California in Jake Man. No trades to be seen just yet as we get into the first KI section, though still better accuracy on the side of South California. So they are holding on to that score advantage for the time being, but it's very marginal right now. Jumps at the end of that KI section, but nobody going to be tripped up by that. Triples are going to be tripping up some players, though, and unfortunately, it is going to be all 3 players on the side of South California, as Short Buildathon and Latte both drop their combos. Banana Man will trade finally, but you still have 2 FCs for North California on Bless, on Katie Rena, and that is going to continue to build up score for them. As long as they continue to hold here, we're still coming up to about halfway through the map. Latte, again, going to be dropping combo, not quite able to hold on to any big form of combo, unfortunately, but is still working with better accuracies, I feel like, overall for South California. Banana Man down at that 94% is the lowest in the lobby right now, and will be finding a miss, unfortunately. It does get traded out with the Latte, but still, you have the 2 big combos remaining. Make that 1 now as down goes Katie Rena in this KI section. It's just Bless able to hold on to the combo. If they're able to make it through this section here, they do. Just for a little bit longer, it's Sean on the other side with the highest recovery combo for them, and unfortunately will be dropping, but Bless trades it out. Not quite able to get the aim properly there. Does have an unfortunate under aim on that jump pattern, so this is going to be continuing to stay in favor of North California B. The next highest combo on South California is going to be on Jake Man, and it is a far cry away from being able to bring that scoreline back, and especially now with no combos in the lobby except for Banana Man. And this is going to be North California B finding the first point on the board for themselves. Might have taken a little bit later than what they wanted it to, but a point on the board is what they needed and what they wanted, and they will be achieving such. Very, very fantastic scores at the bottom of your screen from both Bless and Katie Rena, already over that 500k mark. We do see Banana Man still holding on to the combo coming into the end. Can we see that score jump over 500k? I'm not sure if there's enough combo density as the map is coming to a close, and not quite, but very, very close. 480k when all is said and done for them. Was able to hold on to the combo despite the B rank. It's still a 1 miss, and they were able to combo game their way through to get plenty of team score there. It's going to be 1.6 million almost for North California. Yeah, and still good scores coming through from Sean and Jake, man. Latte, unfortunately, did kind of feel like it was just not too comfortable there. Maybe a little bit of match nerves kicking in. Of course, you know, you are South California here. They are the losers bracket winners right now. Challenging North California once more. I mean, this is the team that knocked them down to the losers bracket to begin with last week in the final. Oh, last month in the finals. Excuse me. And so, I mean, yeah, this is kind of like looking for a little bit of revenge here, South California. We do get to see what their next pick is going to be, and hey, believe it or not, they're like out of gimmick? Question mark? I'm not seeing any more low AR. That is just straight up true and real. They still have gimmick in other places, just not the kind of gimmick that I think they are looking for. If I had to guess, maybe something like the Nomad 3, Nomad 4, or just going to Hidden. Hidden's also a great choice. They've got very, very strong Hidden players, and that is exactly what they're going to do here with the Hidden 3. We've got some flow control here on a Nikomata Master Song. AR 9.6. So actually pretty favorable, even if you aren't the most comfortable with Hidden players, although let's be real, both these teams do have 3 solid Hidden players each, who are more than capable of playing the mod. And so we will see how this third pick goes for South California, South California B, excuse me. We're able to get the scene proper so that it says minor league. That's nice. But I think it quite literally is just, there's one letter too many in the tournament client. You can't fit all of North California B versus South California B, 5USC26, whatever. You can't fit all of that in the match title. I think it literally just cuts off at the A or the B, which is like really messing with my brain, because I look to the end of it to see the letter and I just see A and I'm like, oh yeah, that's South Cal A. Wait a minute, we're minor league, hold on. But that's enough yapping for me. We've got a Hidden 3 on our hands here. We've got the Hidden players coming into the lobby. It's going to be King Baxter, Katie Rena, and Banana Man on the side of North California B. Off their first point. Took them a little bit to get their footing here in this match, but they have started to make way with that first point from them, but still to be stands. South California B holds on to the score, or the point lead right now, 3-1. As we see Jake Man, Ocean Boy, and Boombox in the lobby there. Quick panic to get Boombox's score showing now. And we are back on track here. We've got Flow. We've got Flow in the Hidden slot, and that is definitely a skill set that can be quite challenging to hold on to combo here. And so we do see a couple of early breaks come through. I believe both Banana Man and King Baxter found some very early misses. Boombox looks like that was actually a banjo break, so still 3 combos on the side of South California B on their own pick here. And this is a shorter map. This is a much shorter map than anything that we've seen so far. It's only 1 minute and 46. Down goes Banana Man once more. And so just like that, it's a 3 combo to 1 advantage in favor of South California. We do see Ocean Boy dropping, but half the map remaining and 130,000 points is pretty decent here. to have already built up with this little amount of time of a map length here. Now, Katarina and King Baxter do have some pretty significant combos, and Banana Man is on good recovery as we make our way into this Ki section here. Spacing kicks up quite a bit, but down goes King Baxter and Banana Man. No trades just yet. There's Boombox, though, to drop on one of those FCs, and so now it is just Jake Man versus Katarina, and Katarina was holding. Jake Man does end up missing, but is it too little too late? Banana Man continuing to find more chain misses, and I'm not sure if Katarina can get it done. There's just not enough time, unfortunately. The recoveries are building up for Ocean Boy and Boombox now as Jake Man finds more misses, and Banana Man does trade with them, but still Katarina on this combo, and no, not able to hold on to the combo. Even still, would it have been enough? It actually probably would have, considering every player in the lobby ended up breaking there. And so that is very, very unfortunate to see. It's just the 2 miscount from Katarina, not able to get the full combo, but still such an incredible score, trying her best to be able to bring that point over the way of North California B, but it was South California B's pick. And you look at the team score there, and the comfortability on that map is that much better for them. You see over 1.6 million team score there for their team. Actually, I think it was 1.7 million. And so that is going to be more than enough to combat that lone score from Katarina. Decent backing score from King Baxter, but yeah, just really not quite able to get that third player rolling with the score, with the combo, unfortunately, for North California B. Granted, it was South California B's pick, and so they are going to be finding themselves 4-1 now. They are 4 maps away from winning this match and, you know, getting a potential for that bracket reset. If they would win the match, it would be a bracket reset. It wouldn't be a potential, but right now it's still potential. The match is far from over. North California B, plenty more picks to come. They could even afford to give up another pick if you know, like, they wouldn't want that, obviously, but there's so much wiggle room here with it being best of 15. Yes, South California B is coming out very strong early on, having gotten 4 points so far, but who's to say that North California B cannot turn it around here with more of these mechanics picks? We saw what they were able to do on that DT1, looked very comfortable there, and now we are going to see them try to replicate that on the DT2 here now. This is going to be probably much more lopsided, if I had to guess, in favor of North California B. But, you know, anything can happen. South California, I mean, they are just playing phenomenally as well, so. And even last map, we saw the solo carry potential from Katarina, and it still wasn't quite enough versus the team score in South California. And so if we do get to see another decent team score come through from South California, a carry, seeing a solo carry from North California would not be enough to get the point. Well, you know, it might actually. Here with the double time mod giving that extra bit of multiplier on the score. But again, it's going to be a shorter map, actually almost equal length to what we saw in the previous match, or the previous map, excuse me. Very different style map though. You've got AR above 10 is 10.1, not quite 10.3, so still within reason for some of the people who are kind of capped at about AR 10. But it's going to be 1 minute 47 seconds in length and 255 BPM. That is quite a bit faster than that Hidden 3 as well, and so a lot more bursts, a lot more finger control on this one too. Can cause for some difficulties here on any player that is, you know, maybe feeling the nerves, maybe feeling the tiredness. It's late, even over in California, guys. It's like 10 o'clock right now. That's past my bedtime half the time, so let's see how this one goes for North California. I would like to see them get another point on the board here. So we do see Bless, Banana Man, and Katarina in the lobby for them. Mizore coming in here for South California. Sean and Jake Man going to be the other two for them. And so we are going to get things underway here with this DT2 pick. It's a lot of finger control, a lot of aim control as well. You do have to snap to these notes quite heavily. And we do see a first break come through. It was on the side of South California from Mizore, but it's going to be Blessed to trade out. Down goes Jake Man, or excuse me, Sean. Oh my goodness. Down goes Sean. And so now it is just one combo to two, make that 0 combos on the side of South California, as now down goes Jake Man. Unfortunately, I was getting their names swapped up in my head. And also just really not having a good time at it in terms of the accuracy, except for Jake Man and Sean doing quite phenomenal there, but just no combo. You look over on the other side, and yeah, they've got a lot lower accuracy than those two players from South California, but still holding on to the combo is what matters most here. 150,000 points as we make our way into the next finger control section. Down goes Banana Man. That was one of those 2 FCs remaining for North California. It's still very much so doable as more misses come through from Banana Man, but there's going to be Jake Man dropping the combo, and Mizore as well. Straight out with Bless, and there's Katie Rena. Hold on a minute. Sean has quite a lot of recovery combos. You see that score going very quickly over the side of South California. Is there enough time, though? The accuracies might be enough for them. Spin to win here. 3,000 points, but not enough. Hold on. There's still more map remaining, and the score does switch over. The map just not coming to a close as fast as North California, but he wanted it to. And South California, at the nails biting performance here, are going to be able to get another breakpoint now. 5-1. Off of a phenomenal recovery combo from Short Billathon. 23,000 points is what separates these two teams. And so now we do have a very difficult situation for North California. I did say that they could get away with losing another point. You really don't want to, though. South California finding themselves at second break point now. If they're able to consolidate on that, they are 2 points away from getting a bracket reset here in the Grand Finals Minor League. They are 2 points away from enacting revenge on what North California B did to them in the previous stage in that finals, where they ended up being knocked down to the losers bracket by North California. And so either way, California will be finding a victor and a runner-up by the end of tonight. Now, where is South California going to go? You have to imagine this is back into Hidden. You've got the Hidden 1 still available to you. Otherwise, maybe a Force Mod? I don't really know. Like, Force Mod 1 could be okay for them, potentially. They did win on the aim pick from the Nomad 1 earlier to get that very early breakpoint. It's gonna be Hard Rock 3? Actually extremely surprised from this. Oh, no, I am not. Oh my goodness, I just remembered this map. It's, yes, 0. When you multiply 0 by anything, it is still 0. That's the same for easy, which makes circles bigger. Actually, no, not when it's 0, 0. And that is the same for Hard Rock as well. You can't go lower than 0. And so we will actually have kind of an interesting map on our hands here. I was thinking that South California would probably never pick into Hard Rock, especially not against this North California team, but when you've got a Hard Rock like this, where the circle size is very approachable, difficulty coming in as it being AR10, OD10, of course, Hard Rock is still going to affect those ones. It's still going to flip the map upside down, not that that should make a difference for anybody, but this is very much a techier pick here. It's 207 BPM though, so that does add another layer of difficulty. Still do have to worry about maybe some density as well, with the notes being as big as they are. Can definitely make it a little bit awkward when it comes to reading some of these notes at AR10, but for players like these, they are very, very established, well-rounded, solid players. And so we'll see South California, if they're able to consolidate on this breakpoint that's been given to them once more, they will be inching ever closer towards that bracket reset. And they need 3 more points here. Gonna try to consolidate with this Hard Rock 3. And North California B, they've gotta get things turned around right here, right now. It's on South California's pick though, but on Hard Rock, anything can happen. Let's get a quick little panic here. Get the last 2 players into the lobby from our lovely streamer. Thank you, Laren. Yo, shoutouts Laren, by the way. Y'all don't, well, maybe you do, but y'all need to show love to Laren. More love. More than you already do. Bro was the GOAT of this tournament. Anyways, King Baxter, Bless Cam, and Banana Man on the side of North California B versus Jake Man, Mizure, and Sean for South California. And this is definitely an interesting map, I feel like, here for South California. Not that it's necessarily a bad pick, but it's going to be hard for me to say one way or the other that this is definitely a safe pick for them. Now, granted, we've already seen multiple misses come through. It's a very difficult map, and we do see the 5USC down on the side of North California B, and so now my doubts have been shut down. As we do still have massive recovery here from Missouri, around with 2 FCs as well on Jake Man and Sean, but it's going to be Missouri to fall. Still have the 2 major combos though. We are coming into the stack section. You can just sit your cursor right in the middle. We do see a couple of players trying to aim it here. Banana Man is actually the only one trying to aim it. Doesn't end up missing, but I do believe dropped a lot of accuracy in doing so. And so right now, 200,000 points is the difference between these 2 teams. It's still Jake Man holding on to the FC, but is there going to be any nerves kicking in now that players see the score line and Jake Man is going to be dropping? Oh, wait a minute. Sean still has the full combo. I could have sworn I saw Sean miss, but maybe that was just a banjo break. And so now it's still on a nice edge. Has to continue to hold on to the combo as we get into this KI section. King Backs are going to be dropping. It's traded out with Jake Man, but you do have good recoveries on both Banana Man and Bless. Missouri to fall as well, but is it going to be enough time for them to be able to bring this one back? There's a third of the map remaining. We need to see Sean drop the combo for South California, or else this is going to remain on the side of South California. And so far, 200,000 points is quite a bit as we're coming towards the end of the map now. King Baxter, he's going to be finding more breaks. Over 1,000 combo now for Sean, but still massive recoveries coming through from both Bless and Banana Man, but it's Sean to fall. Trades out with Bless, but down goes Banana Man. And what could have been an opening, I think, was already too late. Look at the accuracies on the side of North California B. Everybody just not having a good time at it. Their best accuracy on Bless, and it's not even 93% right now. And you look over at the other side, and you've got Jake Man on 95%. Yes, Missouri's down at that 89, but has the combo. And Sean able to hold for as long as they were. I think they were at like 93.5 before they ended up missing. And this is just a phenomenal way to consolidate on yet another breakpoint here for South California B, putting themselves up 6-1 now. They are 2 points away from making a bracket reset happen, and this is fantastic for them. They are performing so exceptionally well. It's just been pop-off after pop-off across multiple different players. Solid team scores, better team scores overall than North California B. Obviously, like, they've been winning the points, but only really one of the maps was extremely close. Especially in a grand final stage, 200,000 points is quite a huge margin when you really think about it. So South California B, they've got to be feeling pretty good about their chances here of getting to that bracket reset. But again, it's not over yet. North California B, anything can happen. They can turn things around, but my God, it's got to start here and it's got to start now. And so we are going to look to see where they want to go. They still have mechanics available to them. If they want to do so. I'm still looking at that Hard Rock 1 potentially. Yes, I know we just saw Hard Rock 3 win on the side of South California, but it's very different when the CS is much higher, and it's going to be that flex pick 1 there on the HDHR forced mechanics pick here. It's forced HDHR. Exactly what I said. I am running out of steam, but the way this match is going, bracket reset could potentially be on its way here. North California B still fighting, still giving it their all. Do need to see them continue to do so. As we've got these players coming back into the lobby now. Are going to be waiting for the final 2 on the side of South California. Just getting a little bit of extra practice in. Now for anybody just joining, good evening, good morning. It's not for many. including myself. This is it. This is your final match, potentially matches of this tournament here. We have South California B coming in from the loser side of the bracket, having been knocked down to that loser's bracket in the finals stage by this North California B team. And now they are back with a vengeance. They are 6-1 right now. And so they are come out swinging. But there's still 2 more points before a potential bracket reset that they need to get in order to get that bracket reset. And then, even then, they still have to win it all again. So a very long road ahead for them. North California B, they have just not quite been able to find their footing so far in this match. They've had pretty good scores on a couple of solo performances so far, but just not quite, not nearly as good of team scores for them. And so now it's kind of do or die. If you give up this breakpoint here, that is South California B at match point. Match point in a best of 15 when your team only has 1 point is like extremely difficult to come back from. Being at match point, like your opponent being at match point, already is extremely hard to come back from, no matter what it is best of. And so right now, North California B, they have to lock in if they want a chance to shut down South California B's hopes and dreams of getting that bracket reset, of winning this tournament. It's right here, right now. A couple of misses very early on. Missouri and Jake Man to drop on the side of South California B. It's a full reset on the side of North California B, though. Katerina dropped very early on one of those flow linear patterns. But right now it is Sean still on the FC for South California, and so is continuing to keep that score in their favor with the support from Jake Man as well. Katerina again on her own. She needs those recoveries to come through from both Banana Man and Kotanashi. Cannot do it on her own. Was not able to last time. I mean, definitely could do it, but still needs help here. South California B holding on to about 100,000 point score difference as we make our way into the halfway mark. Spacing starting to kick up. You're going to see more of these flow linear patterns. A lot of places to find breaks on, but so far all players holding strong, but it's still going to continue to rise the score in favor of South California. Now there goes Jake Man. It was on the recovery, the good support for South California, and that's a massive chain miss, and that's a double break from both Sean and Missouri as we make our way into this pause section, and now both sides see that the combo is actually favoring North California B. Now what that does is that adds a layer of nerves on North California B. They know that all 3 of their players are holding, and none of the players on South California have any combo, but they have to continue to hold into the end, and the map does not give up. And so right now, 100,000 points just like that has been swapped over the way in favor of North California B. More misses coming through from all 3 players on the side of South California as that score has skyrocketed to 200,000, 250,000, and continuing to climb here. And they are going to be finding their footing once more. Still very shaky here in this match, but are doing more than enough work to be able to secure this point here. A second point on the board. And it's going to be misses coming through from both Banana Man and Kotanashi. They're not able to hold on to the recoveries in the end. Katerina still, though, holding on to her recovery. It is quite massive. And is she going to be able to keep it into the end? Doesn't miss on those jumps. Doesn't forget about the burst either. And there we go. Katerina. I said that potentially she couldn't do it on her own. And let's be real. She really couldn't have. And Banana Man and Kotanashi both stepped up. They both were able to get clutch supporting scores in order to help her out. You look over at the other side, you've got Jake Man and Sean tag teaming, going strong together. And it was Missouri down at that lowest score in the lobby, but still a great score from them as well. And so, yeah, I mean, had Katerina found like a miss at like half the combo that she got, that could have been a very different story here. But luckily for North California, they are still keeping strong. They are still in this game. It's never over until it's over. And so they are going to continue to fight for as long as they possibly can. They are going to continue to try to win this match, to deny South California the potential to win the tournament, to deny them the potential for the bracket reset. But it's such a long road ahead for North California B, and that was their own pick. South California now, they have the next pick. You still have the hidden one available to you. You can maybe go back into the force mods, potentially with something like the force mod 1, but it's the hidden one. They were so comfortable, so consistent on the hidden 3, all 3 players performing phenomenally, and now they are going to try to put themselves to match point here with this hidden 1 pick. They are going to try to be able to push the score line 1 point further, get themselves that much closer to potentially making the bracket reset happen, to potentially running it back and knocking North California down from their thrones here in the winner side of the bracket to that loser side, and trying to win the tournament from the loser side of the bracket here in the grand finals. I mean, it's such a comeback story if they are able to make it happen, but still 2 points away from a bracket reset and then 8 more points away from getting to that situation. It's a long road ahead for them, but right now they have been performing phenomenally well, not only on their own picks, but also North California's picks. And so if they can continue to do so, then their chances of winning this match here and now go up so much. They are still 2 points away. You know, this is to get them to match point. So still, North California B, they are going to continue to kick and fight back. They're going to continue to try to keep South California at bay, but is it going to be enough? South California, now all the players in the lobby, they've got Boombox, they've got Sean, they've got Ocean Boy returning in for this hidden. On the other side, Banana Man, King Baxter, and Katie Rena. Now last time, it was Katie Rena and King Baxter on the solid scores for North California when we saw the hidden previously. And I think it was Banana Man who was actually struggling a little bit. So this time around, we do need to continue to see North California put up a good team score. When one player falters, that team tends to lose the point, even if you have a solo score, a solo carry score on that team. So far throughout this match, it's not really been enough. You do have to have all 3 players performing here and now. And so here we go into the hidden 1. We are 2 points away from South California getting a potential bracket reset here in the grand finals of the minor league 5 USC 2026. Will we see it happen? Who knows, but right now we have to see how this hidden 1 goes. It's going to be Banana Man finding a very, very early miss, and then another one just now. Not quite able to hold their footing here very early goings, but it's not to worry. We are playing a longer map. It's about 4 minutes in length. So there's plenty of time to get recovery here, but King Baxter also going to be dropping. That's going to give more early advantage towards South California. That's a miss, though, from Sean, and another one as well. So it's going to keep the score from getting too far out of control. But Katie Rena versus Ocean Boy and Boombox on the 3 remaining FCs as we make our way into the first KI section. Down goes Katie Rena, not quite able to hold on to her FC, but, you know, we've seen her be able to make fantastic recovery combos happen, so still lots of map remaining there, but right now it's 2 FCs completely uncontested. Make that 1! Ocean Boy gonna be finding a miss on the aim there, but Boombox, the last FC in the lobby, Banana Man on fantastic recovery as well. So, wait a minute, that was Bancho. That was Bancho from Banana Man. But that was not Bancho from Boombox, and so that is the last FC gone. Now, Banana Man has the highest combo in the lobby, but the recoveries are building up for both Ocean Boy and Sean. And so that is going to keep the score from moving anytime soon. Both of the scores combined are keeping Banana Man at bay, but there is good recovery as well from Katie Rena. King Baxter, again, going to be finding more breaks. Still good accuracies, though, for these players. Just Banana Man, the only one down, and just below that 95% as we make our way into a more burst-heavy section here with the hidden. Can make it a little bit difficult. You have to really keep in mind where your cursor is. Here's the jumps. Nobody going to be dropping as we make our way into this KI section. Halfway through the map, Banana Man going to be falling. That was the player on the recovery that you needed to hold for North California B. King Baxter going to be finding a big chain miss, and that's Katie Rena now dropping the last major combo for North California B. And on the other side, it's all 3 players holding make that only one again, as Boombox now is the last remaining player holding onto the combo in the lobby, as Sean and Ocean Boy both end up dropping theirs. But luckily for Boombox, there is nobody to contest his combo. He is going to continue to hold here as we make our way into the solo section. A little bit of switch up here in the patterning and a little bit more difficulty in how the notes are placed. The spacing does pick up there. Many misses across the board. It's just Katarina and Boombox, the only two players holding right now, but Katarina down about half the combo that Boombox is working with, and this team score that is for South California is going to continue to rise, and they are going to find themselves at match point if they are able to keep this one going. Katarina is going to be dropping her combo, and that is going to be nail in the coffin here. Match point confirmed now for South California, as Boombox is going to try to push this combo as far as he can take it into the end of the map, hits these big jump patterns, hits those triples, and we are now into the end of the map. This is such a fantastic performance here from South California B to be able to go down to the losers bracket, not able to beat North California in that final stage, and now when they meet again, it is a completely different story here. 7 points to 2 right now, and they need one more to close it out on their next pick, potentially even on North California's next pick, which it is their next pick. But I mean, my goodness, South California is just firing on all cylinders right now. All of the players on South California are performing exceptionally well. It has been a team effort, but across a couple of the maps so far, and specifically the one that we just saw, it's been Kyle. It's been Boombox Osu, Toru Inoue, whatever you know them as. They have been performing so incredibly well. And if we see South California get to that bracket reset, if we see them continue to perform the way that they have, then we might be seeing a little bit of a comeback story here for South California. Do need to see the pick, though, from North California before we can even start thinking about a bracket reset. Yes, South California is at match point. Yes, they only need one more point to get that bracket reset, but it's not over yet. It's never over until it's over. North California, they are continuing to fight. They are continuing to push forward. They are still in it to win it. There's no point where North California gives up here. And so it is going to be the flex pick 2 now coming through from them. And this is going to be another DT map in this pool. There would have only been one AR 10.3 DT in the DT1. And all of the other DTs were below that 10.3. This one makes up for it by being in the flex pick. It's forced double time. And so this one is also AR9 base, which makes it 10.3. And so we will see, actually 8.9, excuse me. It's still 10.3 though, in the conversion. But yeah, I mean, it's do or die from here on out, North California. In order for them to not only deny a bracket reset, but also just win the tournament without going to bracket reset, they have to win 5 consecutive maps in a row and the tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is forced now if North California wants to win this match. And so will we see them continue to find their footing here? It's been a rough battle for them so far in this first match, but they can turn things around very quickly. Picks, you know, they will start to run out here as the match goes deeper into the pool. And so some of the maps become a little bit more contestable, as we have seen a couple of them already be so, but this is do or die for North California. Well, not do or die, it's do or go to bracket reset. Nobody's dying. I hope nobody's dying. I hope everybody's very happy and healthy here on this lovely Friday morning, Thursday night match. I'm so tired. But GHS coming out here. We go. Map number, I gotta count here. Map number 10. I'm very not used to best of 15s. This is very confusing to me. But the match goes on. Katarina, Bless, and Banana Man gonna be your lineup for North Cal. It's going to be Mizore, Sean, and Jake Man on SoCal. They have been performing so incredibly well, contesting every single pick so far in this match, -1. It was the last pick from North California, I believe, on that DT1. That was so dominant from them. But still, it's do or die right now. Multiple misses already on the board here. It's going to be Mizore, Jake Man, Katie Rena, and Banana Man all finding misses very early on. But there's Bless to drop the last FC from North California B. And we are halfway through this map already. And look at that score. Oh my god, the score is just skyrocketing. Even with the misses coming through from South California, it's almost 450,000 points in their favor. And the map is over. This is South California closing the map out, closing the match out 8-2. North California, it didn't even look like they had a chance here. It started off pretty strong with their first pick, but even then they weren't able to get that point. They weren't able to get their first point on the board until after 4 consecutive points, 4 or 5 from South California. And so South California get the bracket reset on such an incredibly short map. And this is what you all have come to see here on the most amazing matches, a Thursday night match that started at 12:30 a.m. for Eastern North American players. But for these Pacific demons, they are going to fight once more. South California B get the match here in this first grand finals matchup for the minor league for 5USC 2026. And now we get the bracket reset. And luckily for me, luckily for all of us, those are your winners for the first match. Everyone scream collectively. I cannot scream. I would go like, ah, you know, but I can't. Wow, great job, all of you guys.
I cannot fix this because of the lobby character limit thing.
It's fine. Anyways, we've got a bracket reset immediately here. I don't know if they're gonna have like a 5-minute pause or something. I imagine they would want that just to get like the nerves down a little bit.
I'm not sure if I should end stream or not, but I'm leaning towards no.
I would end stream. I would end stream to separate the VODs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna be right back, you guys. But it is happening immediately, so don't go anywhere.
Just go.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.